Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the card I'm making today. It's an uneven gatefold card, and as you can see it just comes apart like that, and then you just tuck it back underneath the dragonfly and there you go. Okay, so let's get started. Our card base is thick whisper white, or basic white as it's now known, that I've got here, and it's half an A4 sheet, so I've cut it down horizontally, the vertical line I should rather say here, and I've just scored it on the one side at 5 centimeters, on the other side I've scored it at just over 9 centimeters, 9 point something to be exact, 9.8, and that makes a perfect A6 card, just like that. Okay, so let's get sticking. I've got some of the Dandy Garden Designer Series paper, and I've got lots of little bits here. First piece I've got is this that fits in here, and all the measurements will be on my blog post, so don't worry about those at the moment. So let's stick this down. As I've said before, Snail has retired, but I've got quite a big stock of it, so I'm using it up before I start on anything else because I don't want to waste it. Okay, so there we have that piece there, and then I have another little piece to go here, so let's do that. And before I do that, actually, excuse me, I have this little white piece here, a white strip, and this is what's going to be our, our closure. So we're not going to need all of this, so let's see how far we want it to go. We're going to want it to go roughly till about somewhere around, so we need space for the dragonfly, around there. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this in half with my scissors, and this is how I measure when I'm doing things, so precisely, as you can see. So we can see that's going to be roughly the same. Actually, look at that, almost the same size. It's just going to go across there. Okay, save that piece. Then I've got a piece here again of the same Designer Series paper. We're just going to map this on top. Whoopsie daisy. Like that, and then cut off the excess. Like that. And then we just need this scored on one side at about 1 centimetre, so I'm going to use my trimmer just to do this. Now I'm just going to score on the one side, this side, at 1 centimetre. So trimmer can score, and it's light grey braid, and that's just going to give us our little tuck piece, like that. Okay. And this is going to bring back a card base, bring back this, eek, everything's sticking to everything. This is going to go here, and this is going to go in the middle somewhere. As we had adhesive already on the back, everything just will stay stuck. And then we're just going to put this down somewhere in the centre, hopefully. And that's going to go across to there. So that's what we've got so far. Okay, so let's set that aside, close the snail up, get it out the way, bring back some scraps here. And the stamps that we're initially going to use is this one called Dragonfly Garden, and we're going to stamp these 2 dragonflies. I'm going to stamp them in Memento. So there's one, and now I'm just going to give him a little clean up because I need the block. So I store before I put everything away, I just store my stamps on top of the stamp case, and then when I'm finished with all of them, I put them all away. This way they don't go missing, and I know which stamp set they came from. So, and I'm going to stamp him once more. You can do whichever way you want. Okay, so just give him a clean up as well, and I can use this block. Put that aside, close up the ThinkPad because we're done with it, and then I have here some Calypso Coral ink, and then I have this little piece here which is the wings, and let me see, we're going to stamp him once in this. And this is meant to be quite sketchy, so don't be surprised if it looks a bit, it's not exact, because it's meant to be sketchy like that. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to do another one with the same colour. Okay, so that's two of them done. Where's my chamois? Clean this up. Make sure it's properly clean. And then close up our Calypso Coral for now. And bring in, this is Bumblebee. And these are colours that are in the Designer Series paper. I've just kept to the same colours. So let's ink this up quickly. And stamp. There we go. Give this a clean. Oh, didn't do a very good job. That's better. Close this up, and now we're just going to stamp our sentiment as well while we're having pads out. So bring back Calypso Coral, and our sentiment is this one that says congratulations, and I'll show you the stamp set in a second. I'm just going to use my grid paper this time to line things up. I'm just going to use a straight edge to stamp it. There we go. So give us a cleanie. That'll do. Okay, and that stamp set was one of my favourite sentiment stamp sets, Peaceful Moments. Okay, so let's clean this up. We don't need our chamois anymore. There's my scissors. Now I'm just going to separate these butterflies so we can punch them. This is just to make sure we don't punch, because the Dragonfly punches a small one as well. We don't want it to punch into what we stamped, if you know what I mean. So let's just take him in here. Line. Take your time to line him up and punch. Okay, so there we've got our 3 Dragonflies punched out. Now I've got a piece here of the Dandy Garden Designer Series paper, and we're just going to punch out this little small Dragonfly a few times while we've got the punch out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and close up our punch. Put this to the side and bring in our sentiment and bring back our wonderful scoreboard, and we are just going to cut our sentiment out quickly. All our bits ready. So let's start to assemble this lot now, and we're going to need some dimensionals, so let's find those if we can. I've got a whole hoard of them here, so should have some. Okay, so let's get started. First things first, let's put our sentiment down. So we've got congratulations, so let's put that there. So snail, and let's put it down just like that, across the join like that. Now we have our, what you call these things, dragonflies. Now the last one I just used 2, but let's see if we can maybe do actually 3. I think you can actually, like that, quite like that. So dimensional time again, and bone folder time if I can find it. I should have got my stuff out before, I'm sorry about that. And I'm just going to use the bone folder here just to give some definition to some of the wings, as you can see. And this just gives them some little bit of dimension. And then I'm just going to put what you call this, oh dear, dimensional. I'll get there in the end, I promise. Just in the center, so that means the wings can still flap about, supposedly, like that, and just gives it some more interest. So this is why I always say things like a bone folder, a lot of people just, I don't know, for some reason people just don't see it as essential, and I don't really understand why, because it has so many uses like this, and it's not an expensive tool at all, to be honest, and it's worth its weight in gold. It's so useful to be able to for so many things. Now I'm going to butt this one right up almost to here. Wait, let me take it back up because I'm not happy. What I'm going to do first is here, I want just to sort of bend a little bit the card like this, and this is going to allow it to stand up. So now I'm going to put in my dimensional, making sure I don't stick it too. And you can see here you've got a little bit of bowing in it, and that's what's going to allow your card to stand up like that. Okay, and you're just going to tuck it again underneath your dragonfly like that, and then I'll open to see like that. So let's tuck him back in like this, and let's do this last dragonfly again. And because it is whisper white, basic white, cardstock can take, you know, being moulded about. And then we're just going to put our dimensional on the back here and have this one flying up like this. Okay, so put those out the side, bring in some of my, what you call this, tombow, and we're just going to put a little bit here and there, and then we're going to use those small dragonflies that we cut out. And we're just going to put some, and then somewhere around here, just like that. Okay, so put that aside, bring back got our rhinestones. Now these are the old style, but in the new style you just get tons of little, you do get all these little ones, but they're just separated, so you have to put them on separately. But on these old style, they still got them as a run of them. 2, 4, and I'm just going to put, I don't know how many I used on this one, let's have a look and see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of them. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. And I just cut them with my paper piercer, and I'm just going to just give him a rhinestone body. Because he wouldn't want that. Okay, and then one more down here. Like that, as you can see. It just gives something extra. And to be honest, I've been wanting to use up these rungs of rhinestones for ages, because I just don't use them normally, and so this has been a great excuse for me just to use them up, which has been brilliant. Okay, so there we go. There are our two cards. You can see one will stand, you can see them like that, and because we did that bow, it stands up. So I hope you liked them. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want any more information about the project, supplier list, links to my online shopping, etc., it'll all be in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.